And so you were about to tell me something before we got on today about the MHA community being mad at us, or just you specifically?
Why do you keep making this about anime? Why don't you want to talk about cereal on our cereal podcast?
Yeah. Oh, we got a couple of people being like, it was so funny.
Most people.
We got a couple people being like, they started talking about cereal and I was out. But then there was a couple people who were like, I don't even care. It took an hour to get to anime. Like, I loved the journey. And those are the people we're looking for, all right? If you came to this podcast and you're just like, why are you talking about buttholes?
Listen,
then we're not your people.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're here for, like, commentary on poop and cereal.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we've made ourselves known for.
That is actually the tagline to the podcast.
Yeah.
People were saying that they slowed down our podcast to hear us talk at a regular pace.
I did hear that, yeah.
Which, like, I'm sorry, that's also not going to change. Watch one of my YouTube videos. I am the opposite of, like, trying to use long words to get your word counter to 10,000. I will put in words like nobody else.
That one's more of, like, a medical deficiency than, like, a content thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, we're just fast-talking ADD, like, addled maniacs.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ADD. Because we've been having this conversation with Dorothy recently, and she can't pay attention to anything. I am laser focused.
Okay.
I have whatever the reverse of a lack of focus is. Like, if I'm not focusing on something, I get upset. And that might just be capitalism, like, riding me like a hog, being like, if we're not grinding, we're dying. But, like, I laser focus on things.
You think you're real focused?
I think if you spun my blood down and, like, gave it like a pill, like a red pill, and, like, that could be Adderall.
Yeah.
Like, I think you could derive Adderall from my blood.
You think you're real calm and collected as a person?
I'm not. No. Never said calm and collected. Focused, absolutely.
Yeah, focused.
Laser focused.
Right.
Are you going somewhere with this? You're menacingly holding your phone.
Wednesday, 8:10 p.m. Nick calls me. I'm watching The Last of Us.
I was excited.
Just having a nice time by myself and with my roommate. I missed the call.
Naturally.
Nick, pick up.
Put a text back after the call.
Pick up. It's an emergency. 911. 91111121111. In parentheses, it's not actually an emergency. I just need to do things the second I think of them. Otherwise, I'll forget, and I can already feel this idea slipping from my mind.
It's true.
Okay, now it's an emergency. Help. I'm real hurt, Danny. Blood. There's blood everywhere. And I lost everyone else's number, Dan. You're the only number I have. What? Don't call me Dan.
How funny I am.
It's not over. I can't call 911. I need you. You're letting me die. Finally, I call.
Naturally.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going
There
on?
was blood everywhere.
There was no blood.
There was a lot of